Hi, and welcome to This Country Called Agriculture. I'm your host, Rob Eirich. Today we conclude the Young Producer Series. This series is about profiling the goals and challenges facing entrepreneurial farming today. In this two-part series, we're following Neil Themig, a young cattle producer from Water Valley, Alberta, as he embarks on a journey to move into farming as his full-time career. But first, let's recap what we learned from the last episode. Farming is essentially an entrepreneurial venture. Anyone starting a farming venture today faces much the same challenges as their pioneer grandfathers. We learned that choosing the right legal corporate structure and understanding your legal environment are keys to risk mitigation. We also learned that there's an excellent startup loan program for beginning farmers through AFSC. And we had Brian Peria from Canfax welcome Neil to the cattle business and give us a bit of an overview of what the market's going to look like in the next few years. In this episode, we look at some of the harder decisions facing Neil. For one thing, Neil is looking to have to relocate his operation. And he's got to decide where to go. And those decisions will have some tax implications, which will affect both his land investment and operational strategies. While those areas are important, we also took some time to explore the soft skills needed to succeed in entrepreneurial farming. Neil will need to further develop these skills through mentorship and industry involvement. But first, we talked to our friend Earl Smith, a well-known agribusiness consultant and self-described reformed banker, and he went over some key financial strategies for Neil to consider when developing financial statements and a land investment plan. Continuing with that same flavor, Neil got a dose of cogent tax advice from Fred Mertz of Farming for the Freedom. Neil is developing as a leader. He's already taken some steps to prepare himself deeper for industry involvement. We talked with Sherry Copperthorne Barnes about the mentorship Neil has received while at CL Ranches. One of the next logical steps for Neil to prepare as a young leader is the Cattlemen's Young Leaders Program, sponsored by the Canadian Cattlemen's Association. We talked to Jill Harvey, and she gave us an overview of what Neil could expect. Finally, we have Jonathan Small from Myers Norris Penny to wrap it all up for Neil with the business plan fundamentals and the development of a balanced scorecard. When we come back, we're going to talk about land investment.